Yes, students. So till now we have discussed about the cell membrane and nucleus. Now when we look into eukaryotic cell or plant cell or animal cell, broadly we have three regions in the cells. So we have discussed about the plasma membrane or cell membrane, right? Cell membrane. Another part we have discussed, that is every each cell have a nucleus. Okay, so we talked about the nucleus, and remaining this fluid part, gel-like structure, is called cytoplasm. And in this cytoplasm there is presence of many subcompartments. Okay, these subcompartments are present in cytoplasm. They are part of cytoplasm, are known as cell subparts, or these are called cell organelles. These are called cell organelles. So if you look into cell organelles, there are different type of cell organelles present, like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome, mitochondria. In plant cell there is presence of plastids. Ribosomes commonly present in all type of cell. Centriole present in only animal cell. So these all subparts which are either separated from cytoplasm by the membrane. So there may be presence of two membranes like nucleus. In mitochondria and plastid also two membranes are present. So these are called double membrane cell organelles. There are cell organelles which have only one membrane, then these are called single membrane cell organelles. And there is an example like ribosome. So please keep in mind, ribosomes are non-membranous. This is a very important example we have to remember. This is non-membranous cell organelle. This is very important. Non-membranous cell organelle. So there may be two membranes, like we write double membrane. So here with double membrane we have to remember example like plastids. In plants they are present, and mitochondria. Right? They have two membranes. They are protected by outer membrane and inner membrane. That's why these are called double membrane. Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome, vacuole, all these have a single membrane. These are called single membrane. And there is a cell organelle, that is ribosome. Ribosome is non-membranous. So let's today discuss about different cell organelles present in the eukaryotic cell. So first of all, let's start with the endoplasmic reticulum. To understand these cell parts, we have to observe the overall diagram of the cell. So if you observe the diagram given in NCERT text, you will find there are different subparts present. And here let's first learn about ER, that is known as endoplasmic reticulum. If you observe the diagram, we generally find that endoplasmic reticulum is present, or it seems to be extending from the nucleus. This extending from the nuclear membrane. So endoplasmic reticulum extend from the nuclear membrane. All of us know nuclear membrane is also double membrane layer. So from nuclear membrane it extends. So if you look into its structure, it seems like this. So this is the structure present in cell. So this membranous structure is made up of tubules, membrane tubules. The membrane tubules. So from here, if you see, they extend. So we can say endomembrane system. Okay, or endoplasmic reticulum, which consists of membranous tubules which extend from the nucleus. Okay, it extends from nucleus and it is spread in cytoplasm. We consider this green board as the cell, and this is as the nucleus. So this network of tubule will extend in the cytoplasm. So we define endoplasmic reticulum as, endo means inside. In the cytoplasm there is presence of network of tubules. This is called endoplasmic reticulum. So we can define it as network of tubules present in cytoplasm. So two things we have to remember: it is present near the nucleus and extend from nuclear membrane. Extend from nuclear membranes. Okay. So there may be presence of another structure. These are called vesicles. The sac-like structures. These are called, as we have mentioned, tubules. Okay, so there is vesicle, there is presence of tubules, and if we observe this carefully, at certain parts of endoplasmic reticulum there is presence of fine particles about this. These fine particles are nothing but ribosomes. So please remember, ribosomes are associated with the endoplasmic reticulum, and the ER which bear endoplasmic reticulum which bear the ribosomes is known as RER. R here stands for rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Its surface is rough. Surface is rough in presence of ribosomes, right? And the part of endoplasmic reticulum where ribosomes are absent is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So broadly we have two type of endoplasmic reticulum, RER and SER, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now if we look into the further differences between rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, because it has presence of ribosomes. Ribosomes makes its tubule surface rough. That's why it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Right. In presence of ribosome, please remember RER help in synthesis and secretion of proteins. So all of us know ribosomes are protein factories. In presence of ribosomes, RER help in synthesis of proteins, and SER help in synthesis and secretion of lipids. Different type of lipids are synthesized. Lipids, synthesis and secretions. They may be with cholesterol or steroids. So whatever lipids are there, these are synthesized by this. So broadly you have to remember two difference between RER and SER. Surface is smooth, no ribosomes, presence of ribosomes. This help in secretion of lipids, and this RER help in synthesis and secretion of protein. Besides that, if we observe this structure, we can find endoplasmic reticulum can help in transport of substance from nucleus. from nucleus to the other part. Okay, so besides synthesis of lipid and protein, RER also help in transport of substances. This can also act as cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton. Here cytoskeleton means this provides support to the cytoplasm. Being network of tubule, this help in providing the support to the cytoplasm. This also help in detoxification. And one more very important point we can remember, here lipid and protein are synthesized, and as we have discussed, lipid and proteins are the main component, chemical component of plasma membrane. So lipid and protein synthesized by ER used in formation of plasma membrane. The process is called biogenesis. So another term we have to remember, biogenesis. Biogenesis is formation or generation of plasma membrane, right? Plasma membrane using lipids. We know there is a phospholipid, lipids and protein from endoplasmic reticulum. So biogenesis is very important term. Biogenesis means synthesis or formation of plasma membrane using lipids and protein synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum. So these all are the basic functions of endoplasmic reticulum, and this is all about the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Now let's move to the next cell organelle, that is Golgi body. Golgi body, also known as Golgi complex. When it is present in plant cell, it is known as dictyosome. It is called, this cell organelle is called Golgi body because the cell organelle discovered by a scientist called Camillo Golgi. After the name of scientist, we use term Golgi complex or Golgi body. Golgi body, also as I mentioned, is also known as Golgi complex. In plants cell, that is called known as the dictyosome. So we use different term for this. Discovered by scientist Camillo Golgi. Camillo Golgi discovered the structure, that is Golgi body, in the nerve cell of owl. So you can go through, a column is given about the scientist in NCERT text. Camillo Golgi name you have to remember. Now if we look into the structure of Golgi body, Golgi body or Golgi complex is present or it is associated with the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosome, these all structures together make endomembrane system. These all are membranous. So Golgi body along with like Golgi body and ER. We include lysosome also, together make endo. These are the component of endomembrane system. They are not only physically associated. Okay, they are not only part of endomembrane system. Their functions are also associated. Whatever chemicals like lipid and protein synthesized by ER are matured or packaged by the Golgi body. So function of ER and Golgi body are associated because maturation and packaging and secretion of the substances synthesized by ER takes place in the Golgi body. So first let's look into the structure of Golgi body. Golgi body also are membrane bound structure, and they are consist of tubules. Tubules what we use for the fine tubes. Okay, these tubules are units by which Golgi body is made up of are known as, these are called cistern. We use word for these vesicle structures, we use word cistern. So this is very important word, cistern, or we use word cisterns. Okay, these are membrane formed structures. These are narrow from the middle and broad from the end. Okay, along with this there may be presence of vesicles, and sometimes there may be certain tubules are also present. But the key structure we have to remember are the cisterns, right? Cisterns are arranged, you can see there is a parallel arrangement. Parallel arrangement means they are stacked one above the other. Direction of stacking is they are unidirectionally, they are parallelly arranged. This is very important, one above the other. And here inside it we have to remember secretion, and most important thing is the packaging of lipid and proteins takes place. So here packaging of lipids, protein all takes place. That's why Golgi body is sometimes known as the packaging unit of cell. They are also known as packaging units of cell, because they help in packaging of the lipid, protein. Packaging is essential to send certain enzymes or protein or lipids to another cell, or to sell these protein and lipid to the different part of the cell. These to be packaged. Packaging is very important. Packaging is carried out by this. Packaging is carried out in form of, always remember, vesicle. Like here some chemicals are there which are synthesized by ER, matured by the Golgi body, and these are packaged in form of vesicles. So packaging carried out in form of vesicle. This part will separate from here. Once this part separate from here, okay, this is membranous, so this part will separate from here, and this separated part now called vesicle. Okay, and if this vesicle contain digestive enzyme, lytic enzyme, then we can consider this as the lysosome. So please remember, if the vesicle contain digestive enzyme, lytic enzyme, then it is called lysosome. So lysosome also arise from Golgi body. This is very important point. So origin of lysosome is from Golgi body. This is another function of Golgi body. Origin of lysosome. Lysosomes arise from the Golgi body. Besides that, similar structure in higher classes you will learn there is development of acrosome. Acrosomes are the part of sponge. Okay, acrosome also arise from Golgi body or Golgi complex. Right? So Golgi body play a very important role in processing, in packaging, in maturation of the chemicals synthesized by the ER, and packaging help in movement of these substances to the other cells. Lysosome arise from Golgi body. This is very important point. It help in packaging of protein and lipid is also very important. These things we have to remember. Next cell organelle. Let's talk about the lysosome. Right.